and close. Okay, now we're going to make a VTF and a VMT. These are two types of files Steam needs to read your texture. So open up VTFscape, or VTF edit. Go File, Import the texture you just made. Click OK on this, you don't care about any of that stuff. And go to File, Save as wrench. And now click File, New, and you're going to make an accompanying VMT. So see the part that's highlighted? You're just going to delete that and type in vertex lit generic. And inside the brackets, do tab, quote, $ base texture, quote, space, quote, models, weapons, view, wrench, end quote. So right after this, we're going to make a folder in your materials folder, and it's going to be models/weapons/view wrench/wrench. So this is just pointing the game towards your VTF. So we can save this as wrench and close it. And go into your Steam folder, or your Team Fortress folder, and go to Materials, Models, Weapons, and click a new folder, and call it View Wrench, which is the same thing that we wrote in our VMT, and just copy the VTF and the VMT over there. Alright, so you're done with all the texturing and the modeling. Now you just have to change some files in your output folder to get it to compile properly. Open up the .qc in Notepad, and there's a bunch of stuff here. First things first, delete this empty CD materials. In the future, only delete it if you already have the CD materials that's pointing towards VWrench, but we have an extra one here, so we can just delete that. And in this one, instead of VWrench, we made our folder called viewWrench. So this is just pointing it towards the right texture. And down here, for our model uses material, models, weapons, VWrench, blah blah blah. Can delete all this and point it to viewWrench/wrench.vmt. Do a Control H and find all the forward slashes and replace with backslashes. Off the top of my head, I don't know if all that is necessary, but I haven't taken the time to figure it out, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So replace all. And for the lines that start with model uses material, just switch those back to forward slashes. And save all. And we look good. So close that. Now open up wherever you saved GUI Studio MDL. Mine's in my source SDK folder. And open it up. And after you set all your configs, go to File, Load QC, and in Output select MDL Decompiler. And Steam has to be running for this to work, so make sure it is. An SDK version, select orange box, and make sure Team Fortress 2 is in the target mod, and click compile. Oh, wow. Hey. Alright, it doesn't think my Steam is up for some reason. So we'll just try that again. In the meantime, you can uncheck everything down here, and in the next tab, only check the first one. Alright, let's try that again. Very good. So when it's done spitting out its junk, Scroll up through the list and try and find any warnings or errors. We have 3 of them right here. They're for idle tap, draw, and swing A, and they're all bounding box out of range. So go over to your output folder and open up draw, idle tap, and swing A. And also open up one that did not get an error. I'm going to do swing B. So open them all in Notepad. And I'm just going to position them so they're all the same. So swing A, idle tap, and draw. You'll notice that all of these numbers are between like 0 and 30 for the most part. But for the ones with errors, they have numbers like negative 130,000, which is not quite right. So you can scroll through the list and see that there's different times. These are like different frames for the animation that this is for. But these bad numbers are repeated exactly the same through every time 0, or for every 0 frame. So what we can do is go into swing B, which is the good one, and copy the good line, because you know this one works because it did not get an error. And go select a bad line in one of your other documents. Do Control H, paste into replace with, uncheck in selection, and replace all. So do the same with the other ones. And this is going through and just wiping out all of the bad numbers. So when it's all done, just save them all, close them, and try compiling again. Up to the list, and we have no errors this time. So go into your, or don't pay attention to my screen right now. You can just go into your Team Fortress folder, models, weapons, Viewmodels, and make sure you have VWrench engineer files in here. I'm just going to copy mine. Alright. And now you can theoretically start up TF2 and it should work. Alright, I'm just going to make a custom server on 2 for it. Alright, test of truth, and it works. So, yeah, check where you're holding the wrench thingy, and you can see he's holding mine pretty good. If it's clipping into your hand, you're gonna have to go back into milkshake and change it around and compile it again. This only changes the first person model, so if you're looking at other people, it'll just look like a normal wrench. So I'm going to be making another tutorial on how to do that soon. Yeah. Sweet. So, yeah, I'm IceColdFreezie. This was my Viewmodel tutorial. Stay tuned for more. I'm going to be releasing a world model one, so you can get your third-person models in probably in a day or two. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.